Morning YouTube, welcome back. So, yesterday's episode you seen us beginning to drill this field. Let me just straighten up. What we're doing now is I'm just straightening this edge off. I'm trying to straighten this edge off. And then we're going to put this on a worker and we'll just go and jump in the subsoiler and just quickly get a headland done on that. Hopefully get this field finished today. Just finish that edge there. There we go. So it's a bit straighter. Should make it a little bit easier for the worker. Let me just put the time back to ×5. I was just sorting stuff out. I'll just do this. So yeah, it performs with this hill a lot easier than the one down at the bottom, where we were struggling to sort of get above 5. So if we go this way, it should be fine. Which you would anyway, because it's the longer side. And then what we will do is subsoil and then come back and check, because I feel like the seed and the fertilizer will need topping up. Weed seems to be quite a high demand for seed. It seems to use quite a lot. Just get this starting a little bit, just to keep it neat. Lovely. Right, so I think there's a big enough headland at the top. There's plenty of room for it to turn around. I think I'm going to start this now because it's fairly straight, and we'll just see how it gets along. I know that they can be a bit funny on modded maps from the workers, especially when the fields are an interesting shape. So we set it. Seems to be working. Helper E, Eric. Off you go, Eric. Right. Let's flick over here. I did just do a little bit. It's just there, you can see. I did just a little bit just to check the power was okay, and it seems fine. As I say, it is a fairly flat field. So if we jump in. There we go. So, see, it didn't have a problem. It's nice to actually get the John Deere working. It's had quite an easy time of it so far. Yeah, this field is not quite as big as field 2, but it's not far off. I bet it's fairly close actually. I think it was fairly close in price when I was buying them. I might have just made that up though, can't remember. It feels as the side, it's just not as long. I think it is a little bit sort of squarer or wider, at least. The other thing I do want to do today as well is get the sprayer, because I want to put herbicide on as soon as we can, just so we don't waste a growth stage on herbicide. I'm not sure if you can double layer now that the map issue has been fixed, but we won't risk it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray herbicide on while it's still at the planted stage before it germinates, and then tomorrow it should have germinated. In game tomorrow it should have germinated, and then we can see the first growth stage, and then we can plan to put in the dry fertilizer for stage 2, and then the final stage will be probably growth stage 2 or 3, sort of early summer, late spring, and that'll be the final, and that'll be when we'll be spraying the crops off, sort of when they are developed plants. But yeah, this John Deere is not struggling at all with this. It's 16 horsepower over the requirement, but the hills sometimes can have a really adverse effect on the performance. For example, the seed drill and on the New Holland only requires 270, and that's 300, and it struggles. So I think it depends on the implement and also the tractor as well. Some of these modded ones can sometimes be a little bit overpowered. I don't think this one feels it though. It does feel about 200. certainly not too heavy when you're lifting. I mean, the pallet of seeds can easily put it on its front wheel, so it's not overweighted or anything. I don't know how it's going to be lifting the Hestons. Now, I know I've always said I'm a very realistic player, but I'm a bit worried about the amount of Hestons we're going to get off this field. I don't think you can get an auto loading Heston trailer, apart from the modded ones, which I don't really want to use. Now I will if I have to. If it comes in this 100 and odd bales in one field, which they might be from the straw. I don't know because I've not done Hestons on 19 yet, and I've not baled straw on Oakfield yet. So I don't know how. It is a big field though if you look at it from here. I might just use the scripted, the modded auto loading trailer that does just teleport them onto the back temporarily and then unload them by hand and reload them when it's time to sell them. Obviously we won't be selling them all straight off the field. We'll probably sell a couple of trailers off the field and then the rest can go into storage for winter when we probably will get a better price. We don't need the money at the moment, so that will change though because we're going to spend even more today. Another 100,000 probably going to go today. Still got to buy the combine, the baler, the mowers. There's a lot to buy still. Now you can see the angles in this field, the way the lines run to the plough. It's very awkward shape. As I was explaining in yesterday's episode, I think it was. It is a very awkward shape when you're trying to use a worker. It's fine for if you're just doing it yourself, although it looks a bit weird going down and it's a different angle. But it does work fine. It's just the workers struggle because they want to follow the lines. We're ploughing through this quite quickly, excuse the pun. Sounds good, this John Deere. A very unique engine note I've noticed with John Deere. Same with Massey as well, they've got a very unique engine note. The others seem to be a bit more generic on this game anyway. I'm sure it's different in real life. I know I can now, forever, I think for the rest of my life I'll be able to recognise a Ford diesel engine from when I was younger with my dad having transits. There's nothing like that injector line for the Ford diesels. So there's a sheep field in front of us. We probably need to check on the sheep. It's only been, we are only in day 3, so it's not, we haven't neglected them. Obviously we are on episode, is this episode 5? It's just that we're not doing an episode per day at the moment. It will change to that eventually. It's just while we get everything done, we've got a lot of big fields which take a long time. If I start running things at times 15 and having a day per thing, I don't think we'll get finished. It will be better next year because, of course, we'll have put the oilseed rape in the ground the year before, so they'll have less to do. There'll be no ploughing or liming to do, so it'll be much different next season. But the first season is always tough. There's always a lot to do. So we're almost 2 times round now. So it's given us a great headland. It should start to you know, you should be able to use the worker now. Now I don't want to use workers for everything, but it's just because I want to go down to the shop to get the sprayer before it gets too late. Now I don't quite know how that's going to work because there's no tractors, both the tractors are busy. We could go down the lorry with the trailer and just use one of the shop's tractors just to load it onto the trailer and drive it back that way. I think that might be the safer option. Also then we get to drive the lorry. see how bad I am at time with a lot of it as well. We'll keep it in real time. We've done a lot of time lapsing, so there's no reason to time lapse anything at the present because we're doing different things, so it's somewhat interesting. So you can see the lines the way that they're going, so we're going to have to go this way. The worker will just correct itself anyway if we don't. That should be fine. There we go. So that's the way he's going across the field. There's nothing I can do about it. Unfortunately, if we had cosplay, things would be different, but we don't. So if we go on to soil composition, you can see he's slowly making a dent in it, and you can see how quickly the working field 2 is cracking on. That is some pace. So if we just flick over to him, just check he's okay for the levels. Yep, we will need to bring some back up after we come back from the shop, but it should last till then. He's getting a good chunk of the field done. We also need to find a home for this trailer as well today. Doesn't want to just stay outside. Try to this tight corner of this angle's going to be tough. Lovely. Right, so if we head down to the shop, I know there's probably a quicker way through the back of the farm, but it means opening more gates, and I think this in the long run, when I'm going to have to be getting out constantly, this will be quicker. 12 o'clock now, so we've plenty of time. This should probably take us about an hour to the shop and back, and then we'll run some seed up. Actually, that's going to be a problem because the John Deere is busy, and that's the front loader. Okay. Dare I say, I'm driving this a little bit better today. You have just got to be so delicate on the joysticks on the control pad. It's literally the tiniest movement we have done and it flicks the steering wheel left and right. You see, this is me just moving it the tiniest of bits. If I push it all the way left, we'd have no chance. But a wheel would be great. So good for that, because you could just hold it on the wheel. Right, so this is the roundabout, so we know we're turning left here. Pretty easy map to work out actually. I have been on it a long time though, so there's not really any excuse, but it's not a difficult map. It's nicely laid out. That wasn't in 17, it was only in the PC version, the food van. Wasn't in the console version. Really interesting fact there, I thought you all should know. So if we pull there, should be down now. Yep. So what we want is the Kuhn Metris 4102, £84,000, but it'll be good. We're going to be using it for both the herbicide and the fertilizer, so it's got dual purpose. It can be used on the grass fields, it can be used on the arable field. It's versatile. I'm sure we'll get us money out of it. So now we can sort of mess about with the colours. Now I haven't really thought about how I want to do it. I do quite like it looking standard, to be honest. Looks quite good, but I thought it should be a little bit quirkier, but perhaps not. Looks quite good in the blue, doesn't it? But then it doesn't match the Kuhn red. No, we're going to keep it like that, and we'll leave it on the unload setting. A bit boring, but yeah, we know it works. Let's just get our favourite Fiat again. So cover your ears, because it's going to be loud, but it's a good loaded tractor. It's got enough power, and also cheap. But yeah, it's going to be loud, I'm afraid. It is a loud mod. If I were to use this on one of the maps, which I am thinking about because it is a lovely old tractor, I would be turning the volume right down on it. I know you can't do that on individual tractors on console, you can't edit any XML files, but we can do it on the game menus and I can do it in editing as well. I often mess about with the sound anyway because of the poor quality of my microphone, and also because the game always feels really loud, but I've tried turning it down and it's still the same. It's just compared to the microphone, it's so loud, so I'm messing with the sound enough. Anyway, I think that'll be fine there. It does seem a little bit skew, but I think it'll hold. It should hold. Now we also need herbicide, so let's just get rid of this tractor so it doesn't charge us, and then we'll buy some herbicide. I think that's the best value, 2,500 for 3,000 litres. How much do we need? We'll go with 3. I don't think we'll need more than that. We probably don't even need that, but it'll work for the grass, because after we do the first cut on the grass fields, they will start showing weeds as well. They won't until the first cut, I don't think, and they don't usually. It's a shame that you can't put a bucket on this, because I think it'd be great for cleaning the cows out, a little forklift. I mean, it's easier to control than a skid steer because it's not, it doesn't control with sort of the axle, it's the wheels that turn, you know, there's proper CV joints. Rear steering as well, so it is, but I think it'd be a pretty good addition to the farm. I think you can get a modded version that you can get a bucket on, but it's got 2 wheels, twin front wheels, which kind of remove the usability of it and how practical it is for getting in tight spaces. It's powerful, it lifts anything without struggling. I've never seen it tip. The shape of it though is quite good for that. The problem is the reach is not very big, so I'm going to have to drive around the other side for this last one, unless we just put it there behind. I just can't see it as an issue. If we put them all on the same side, it makes it easy when we're unloading, because then we'd have to drive the tractor and park the trailer in the middle. Put them on there, nowhere near far down. We'll just flick that one there. Sprayer. Just need to make sure it's on the level surface though, so it straps. Otherwise I don't think it will. It might not reach. Ooh, just about. Perfect. If we can take it off. Oh, it's slipped. This is the problem with this. The fork loader, the forklift truck, you can't tilt the angle, the forks very far forward, so you can't, when it does get stuck like this with farming simulators, typical awful physics, very hard to get it off. Whereas the front loader you can sort of just shake it off. That should do it though. Maybe next time they'll get the physics for the pallets and stuff sorted. See, they're not strapping. I had this issue last episode and I had to reset the game, and I'm not doing that every time I get this trailer out, so it might be going this trailer. It's just so handy to pick machinery up with when the other ones don't have the ramps. This one does, it has the ramps and the straps, which is pretty rare, so it's a shame really to get rid. We'll see how they go, because they are somewhat locked. they do have a locking script on them, on the trailer for the machinery. I mean, I don't think it locks completely, but you see it's moving, that one. And I've just, what if I just hit? That was gone terribly. Right, this that has really gone awful. I've wrecked my new sprayer. For some reason I can't go any further back, and I don't know what I'm hitting. It can't be that curve, surely. Or is there a collision on the hedge? I'm going to have to bash you out of the way, I'm afraid. I've really made a mess of this. I knew I should have reset the game. If I'd have reset the game, they would have been locked. Okay, so we'll pull in here. Oh no, and now this strap. It's typical, isn't it? There's something, and I can't work out what it is that's stopping them strapping. I wonder if it's when the ramp... No, because the ramps were down before. Right. We're going to just... It'd be easier than just to sell that, rather than trying to rescue it. Because it's not going to cost us all. Let's buy it again. Let's start again. Pretend this didn't happen. Nope. I need the unload. If you don't have the unload, you're stuck when you've got loads of herbicide to deal with left in the tank, and you want to fertilise. You're a bit stuck. You have to spray it all out and waste it. So have a drink of coffee. That was a very stressful experience. Now my A button's sticking. I don't know why. Right, so round 2. Let's try again. I mean, I like the doors opening, but they're a little bit delayed. And we'll also need to bring the forklift over and straighten them pallets. I'm really upsetting that. I want to put the pallets on before the machine, just to check if it's not the machine that's stopping them being strapped. There's something, because they strapped as soon as that happened. So I don't know what it is. If anybody knows what it is. So we'll take the Manitou over, even though it's not ours. I don't think they'll mind us just going across the road. I was half tempted to actually bring this Manitou back on the trailer and use that to bring the extra seed and fertilizer up to the T7, but we'll just break the John Deere off. Okay, that's going to be a problem. I can't reach it. We might be bringing the John Deere up here at this rate, unless we can just grab it from this side. That one should be okay. Can we strap at the angle? No, so it doesn't need moving. Okay. I should be able to... Nope. I can just get under the corner maybe. Just about. Lovely. So we just delicately bring that back over here. I don't want to cause it to flip because there's not enough space. Perfect. That's one sorted. Let's just see if they strap. They probably won't. Surprise, surprise, they don't. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually get this one. I think I'll just have to drive up the ramp if it fits. Just about. we just push it up? No, not got enough power to do that. Okay. And then we can just sort of, I know it's not the best way to do this, but we're avoiding potential catastrophe. I can't believe that just happened. At least it happened so close to the shop, I guess. It would have been a lot worse if it had happened sort of halfway, so it was long to get either the John Deere or the, I wouldn't have drove the Manitou along there, it had taken forever anyway. And it will fit up there, but I'm going to have to move everything around, so we won't bother. You just stay there, always getting in the way. Impatient, very impatient. The problem is with this sprayer is it's great for spraying, but when you go forward, it's got axle steering, but it only activates forward. So when you're reversing on, it's great, and then you start pulling forward, and if your wheels are angled, it turns, which can be a little bit janky. It's on though. So we're going to leave. I'm going to sell this again. I'm feeling optimistic. I don't think it's going to happen again. I haven't left as much space this time, so I don't know if it's going to fit. Yeah, oh, don't do that. And surprise, surprise, it's knocked off the forks. Okay, Farming Simulator is definitely testing me today, definitely. There we go. I don't know why it's insisting on being hard work. There we go, that'll do. I'm past caring about how neat it looks now. I just want to get back to the farm. I did say we'll be back for 1. It's not going to happen, it's 20 past now. We may be back for 2. But the seed drill almost definitely has run out. I haven't seen a notice, but I haven't been watching. Nope, we're not going back to you for a while because you have annoyed me. It's definitely the shop's fault that all this happened. So if we put the ramps up, does that make me able to strap? No, no different. So I wonder what causes it to strap. There doesn't seem to be any pattern behind it. I'm just going to drive, and if anything falls off, I will just won't see it and it'll be fine. As long as the spray don't fall off, we can coat with 1 pallet of herbicide. Can get that off screen. So sprayer wise, the John Deere is probably the best tractor for it. I think, there we go, tank is empty, it's just come up in the top right corner, so not bad timing actually, we're not far behind. Have I lost one yet? No. Yeah, what was I saying? Completely forgotten. Yeah, the John Deere, not sure 100% if you can get narrow tyres on it. I hope so, because I mean it won't matter for today, because, or for tomorrow's episode, sorry, because the herbicide will, there'll be no germination, so there's no crop destruction, but once it starts growing, I can't remember what stage it is, that it does destroy your crops. So I think the safest thing is once it's gone to germinated and plant, you know, once the growth stages hit 1, we only use row crop tyres. We'll have to double check the John Deere can do it. I think it can. I think I checked that before I bought it, but I have slept since then. Messed this overtake up. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have done that. It was going so well. Why did I go for the overtake? Why? How far away am I? Past halfway. That's not too bad. I got quite away. It's really irritating though, because it's going to stay there. That's really irritating because I was so close. And if I hadn't done that overtake, it was all going so well. Oh, that one's strapped now. Must be something to do with the machine. Mustn't like it if the machine's on. And it's just... Oh. So this is the comedic episode. We'll be coming down with the John Deere to get me sprayer. So I'll just have to remember to bring the pallet tines down when we're allowed to collect that pallet. But that was a successful shopping trip. We've got 50% of what we went for. We bought 4 things and we've come back with 2. So I think anything 50% and over is a bonus in my eyes. We've lost the most valuable thing, but it's fine. I think it was quite successful. Could have been worse. I didn't rage quit. Almost, but I didn't. So we'll put this here because they'll go in there. Right. So we're at 32 minutes. I think it's time to end. I know that we didn't get finished, but I ideally wanted to be back from the shop a long time ago. I didn't want that to happen. Oh, it's almost run out at the same time. That's interesting. I wish I hadn't carried on drilling though. So if we go back, we'll have to overtake that with the fertilizer. So it was fertilizer that ran out, and we had wheat at 61 litres of wheat. So let's open that and fold that. That's ready for refilling. We'll do that tomorrow. It'll still be the same day, unfortunately. So it's going to be 3 episodes on one day this time, but things haven't quite gone to plan. We'll probably be sleeping throughout tomorrow's episode because, as you can see, we are almost there. It's just that last bit. I don't want to go to the next day half planted because I know that half of it will germinate and half of it won't, and it'll be really irritating. So we'll just finish off. Oh, and they've not really done much either. They've stopped. They've gone the wrong way. I wanted them to go that way. Okay, that's fine. All in all, a very, very successful episode. We've got so much done. Nothing embarrassing or stupid has happened. It's been good. But tomorrow hopefully will be a little bit better organised. I mean, the groundwork's done pretty much. We're progressing. We've got the sheep to look after, so we'll do that tomorrow's episode this evening in game. They're not that bad though, as you can see. Cleanliness is going to become an issue because I haven't got a brush yet. I should have got a brush from the shop. Could have put it on the back of the truck, and that could have been something else we could have lost. I'm not sure if it's a strappable brush. I'm not sure if the trailer's going to like it. So I'm not really sure what to do. The problem is, I sold the Gator, and the Gator would have been perfect with that trailer on, and I sold it because I didn't think we'd use it, and now I'm realising we probably would have used it quite a lot. But anyway, I'm done. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow when we will be continuing this last bits of groundwork.